I was playing with this debugging plugin in VS Code itself, and I think I got it working, just to make sure that everything is okay. GTK. Okay, it is. Okay, so where should we start?
So I guess, yeah, so we're talking debugging, debugging Ruby code in the VS Code IDE.
Yeah.
And specifically when you're, I don't know what you call it, kind of using Rails. So do you want to just, for anyone that kind of watches this, show us quickly where the docs are? I think you've got the docs open for how to get debugging working. So just by sitting here for a second, we can see the URL. So that's great. Anyone that watches this can see. And presumably you followed those steps. Yeah, you installed the debug gem. You've got the RDBG VS Code extension installed.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Continue as you are. Just so anyone sees this in the future, they know where to look.
Yeah, so here we have two pages. One is Pry debugging, and the second one is Visual Studio Code debugging. So I tried this one, and actually I couldn't, start this debugging process itself. So, but I figured it out. So in order to start it, so you need to put a breakpoint in the Visual Studio itself, for example, on the line number 85. Then you press Fn button and then long press F5 button. Here we go. That's how I do this right now.
Okay, so can you try, if you hit stop.
Okay.
Maybe it hasn't actually started.
No, I didn't start it.
Okay, that's fine then.
Okay.
So if you now I can't remember which one it is. I think on the left hand navigation toolbar, I think that's it. If you press that, now the function key is great, or the shortcut, keyboard shortcut, but I think for those that prefer the UI, the IDE, I think from here, now it's saying, unless my eyes aren't very good, debug the current file with RDL. Oh no, okay, that does look right though, doesn't it? Debug current file is already running. Do you want to start another instance? Okay, so it does think that it's already running. So I don't know if we can find out how to kill that one that's already running. I thought if we hit start.
Okay, it looks like already running. Let's click yes. Okay, so we still see this pop up.
Yeah, it looks like it's still bringing up the same thing. It's interesting though, because when I followed the steps on that page, I didn't need to
start debugging. Run the start.
So did you? Let me just open the file myself. VS Code. Did you do, because it says about the tasks JSON and the launch JSON. I think it was maybe the launch JSON that was kind of maybe the most important. Did you set those up?
This one, I think, yes. I think we can see it here. Debug current file. Type, or didn't I? Attach. Pre-launch. Okay, looks like I missed this one. I think I've updated something, but don't remember what. Okay, so we need to include this.
Yeah.
Okay. Configuration. Type ARGB, attach, it is attached.
So maybe get rid of the one above it because they've got the same name. So
And start ARGB. Following if you don't wish to stop and start, but manually on a separate terminal. Okay. Shall we leave this one? Pre-launch task?
Yeah, I would remove line 15 to 19. I would remove that configuration because it's pretty much the same as the one that we've just added. Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Okay, here we go.
I'm a bit confused why, and like, because it says that there's a debug session open, but stop isn't working. Is it worth? I don't even know if that'll work. I was going to say like closing.
Escape. Oh, no. That's funny. Happening here.
I was going to suggest just closing VS Code and relaunching it, but I suspect that it doesn't. It might not even kill the session. Hi, Marco.
Hello.
Hello.
You might even have to reboot. Oh God. Unless Marco, any idea how to find like a debug? Oh, wait a minute. Is it stopped now? Because I can't see the stop button anymore.
Oh,
maybe
let's
okay.
So
attach with us to select the drop down.
Oh,
so,
it stopped.
So press escape. So there's a little drop down where it says run and debug, and there's another one that says attach. Yeah, so do that one.
Did you try setting up debugging with the documentation?
Yeah, exactly. We did it on Friday, I think, and it worked. But it sounds like you've got it working a little bit, but is it being a little bit problematic?
Yeah.
So I got it working, but so Lee's saying that he does it in a different way. So you're trying this.
Yeah, so you've got your breakpoint, right? It's just was it a little bit further up?
Let's see where
Sure.
Okay. Not.
No, maybe not.
No. Okay.
Is GDK already started?
Oh, okay. Here we go.
Good question. I think GDK is running, right?
Yes, it is.
Cool. So yeah, let's try.
Press this start debugging button.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, couldn't find the task. Sorry.
Okay. So RDBG. So is the gem? Can you run that gem install command and check the gem's definitely installed?
Okay. You mean gem install debug? I already did this one. Can you try once again? What is the inside GitLab folder? Okay.
Permission denied.
Yeah, it does say that it installed the gem. And can you run the command again? I mean, I'm curious to see if it still says one gem installed, or if it says, oh no, it's already installed. No, it still says that regardless. But
yeah, but there's that permission denied error that maybe it's preventing that from installing it. I don't know.
Yeah. Interesting. Who is our friend? Let's have a look.
Yeah, it's It still says one gem installed, even if it's already present.
You tried it yourself, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And can you show us the Visual Studio, the VS Code extension as well?
Let me check because it's been a while since I last used it.
We did it on Friday and it seems to work quite well. So if you go to, is it the next navigation? Yeah, that's the one. And RDBG, I think it was.
Yeah,
Okay.
from Koichi Sarada.
Yeah, this
so
one.
definitely shows is installed, right?
Yeah.
Enabled, yeah, okay. Can you try running start RDBG from the terminal? Because I guess that's what it's doing, right? When you click that attach debugger, it's trying to run the command start RDBG. So you can try that in the terminal.
Start.
Yeah.
Okay, so
But you don't really. Did you start RDBG? Because you need to start GDK, then stop the Rails web server, and then basically start it using RDBG.
Yeah, so if you go back to the documentation, there was the tasks. So I run it manually. You can set up the task if you want, but if you just copy, pretty much copy that whole command. So if you run that first, let's see if that makes any difference. I didn't think that'd make it like not understand RDBG though, if that makes sense, but maybe.
Now it's waiting for a connection. I think you need to.
So now you should press attach, I guess.
Yeah.
You mean here, right?
Yeah. Could
I
not
tried
find it.
debug anyway, but
did you that attach with RDBG? Maybe it's looking for the task. Did you set up the task on VS Code?
Okay.
If you go to the .vs code folder on the root.
Yeah, that's the task there. So perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So
attach, but this is attach. Okay, here we go. Start RGB. Yeah.
Yeah, because you also need the launch.json. No, not launch.
task.json, isn't it?
Yeah, task.json.
I mean this one.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so I need to create this one, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Yeah, because it says, this is called start. Yeah, so you won't, but then you won't need to run the command manually anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha. Okay. So you can do Control-C or whatever, cancel the running. That's it.
Yeah.
Now you can modify that tasks .json.
Oh no, you need that on your root folder, under the VS Code root folder. Basically, beside launch.json, also you should have the task.json on the same folder.
It didn't exist for me either, to be honest. So.
Yeah, so you'll just need to create it. So it's just .vs code /tasks.json. There's no / in front of that.
Yeah, it's inside the GitLab folder.
Okay, I think
If you go in Visual Studio on the left side where you have the sidebar, if you go to the File Explorer, okay, up at the top there should be a .vs code. Exactly, inside there.
I see.
You also create exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. Perfect.
I see. Okay. So
I don't know why we should just commit this, right?
Yeah, we thought about that, but we had different feedback because for enforcing some setup wasn't really welcome from everyone.
In my eyes, it's one of those no-brainers where it's like, well, either it doesn't work at all,
Yeah,
or it works in some situations. Well, what would you rather have? I know which one I'd rather have.
true.
Right now, hopefully,
Okay.
now that debugger button will work.
Yeah,
Because
you
it will
should.
be able to find the task.
Yes, hopefully.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, go do the continue. It
Yeah.
always stops here when you start.
Yeah, we saw that.
Mhm.
Well, I don't know why, but
Okay. Now it should
good
work.
now.
It's booting the Rails. So,
No, it's going if you run the GraphQL. Okay.
yes. And
You'll probably
let's-
get that kind of waiting for a little while, but you'll get there eventually.
Let's try.
There
Oh.
we go.
Okay.
Perfect.
And where can I just execute like any
I
line?
think the debug console is the right place.
It's
I
still
think.
here.
So yeah, if you
Works. Oh, yeah, here we go.
You also see
Great.
the args variable on the sidebar on the left.
Yeah,
So on the
yeah.
left, you can see all the variables that are currently set and everything, and you can set watches on them also.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm. Okay. Great. So I think we got it working.
awesome.
Okay, so and then in order to stop it, I just
You
continue.
yeah, and you use the right exactly to disconnect.
Disconnect.
Yeah.
Okay, and it
Probably.
stops all the Rails stuff here.
No, I don't think so. Let me check because I don't remember the script.
It is discussing.
No, it doesn't start the Rails web server.
there
once-
was a when you held over that disconnect icon. So if you just try to go back and just reattach. If you held over that disconnect icon, if you see this little down arrow next to there, the default is disconnect. The other option there is stop, and that will stop the server.
Yeah, but
Okay,
it won't
let's-
start the default server.
No,
You
it
will
won't
need to
start it
restart
again,
JDK.
You mean it stops the Rails server, and then in order to restart it, I need to, I don't know, run the GDK restart?
You can run GDK start Rails-web.
Or Rails web, yeah. Okay.
I wonder if
Okay.
VS Code actually has the ability to
We
run a
could-
command when you say stop,
Yeah, we can do that also.
because that would actually make sense to add into that piece of docs page, because the docs page kind of says, well, run GDK stop Rails web to start the thing. So it would kind of make sense that when you finished, it kind of starts GDK Rails web.
Yeah, my only thinking is, wow, you wouldn't, yeah. I suppose if you explicitly do stop, you probably would. But it takes there's a lot of overhead, right, in stopping and starting. So I'd probably just attach and unattach as and when needed, leave it running. But when you're running it in single mode or whatever, I guess it's a bit, I don't know, slower, inefficient, whatever.
It seems to be something went wrong.
Looks like it's still booting,
Yeah.
I think. There we go.
Okay. Okay, yeah. And with the debug in the front end, I think it's same way as everywhere. You just put the, I personally put the debugger in the needed file, or just to inspect the source file. Yeah, so for
Yeah, that's the
example,
only way for now. I would love to be able to do to set breakpoints from Visual Studio Code.
I can't remember how far we got with that. Did we not manage to succeed with that as well?
I did get a little bit farther, but the issue is getting VS Code to understand where to find the map files
Gotcha.
to basically decode the compiled JavaScript. So
Cool,
yeah.
cool. So yeah, I even remember having some success. So I think I've managed to, I can attach a debugger in VS Code when I'm running specs, front-end specs.
That's
I think that works, and you can see the variables in the left-hand pane, and you can run arbitrary commands in the debug console, etc. But yeah, that was only when
to do that, you basically just need to run the jest command from the JavaScript console debugger.
Exactly. But your method of just putting the breakpoints in here works perfectly, and that's what I do, to be honest. It's funny because even with the Ruby debugger, I might try and start using it in VS Code now a bit going forwards, but I don't really. So it's quite nice that you've reminded me of that. I might start using it again.
Yeah. Yeah, so the other way that I also use for debugging is writing the tests. But you should really know what the values you are getting from the front end in order to write a test to have valid input data. And then you can also put the binding pry in the code itself, and it will just stop in there.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, so we got it working. Regarding this issue itself, this is very odd. So if we select from and to the same date, then run report. So we're receiving the data from the August the 1st and August the 2nd. So what I see that before we send these values, they have different time zone. It's my time zone where I'm present, but then it converts this to UTC, and returns data in UTC.
Yeah.
I'm not sure where we do this conversion when we send the data.
So can you run that report again so that we can see what the variable values are that are being sent to the back end?
Okay, so network. Yeah, so I selected the 3rd of August, and here we have the 2nd.
Yeah.
So
okay, and here.
So
it's also the 2nd.
My thinking was, okay, so let's convert it to UTC.
Oh,
so
okay.
you're right. We might like it might be interesting to dig in and see where and how and why, but actually
where it
that's, but we'll get to that in a minute. But that's kind of almost, I don't care, because what it's doing is right. I think if the like, so the problem is that at the moment we are so let's follow the Ruby code. Let's follow the Ruby code to see what we do next. Now we've got those dates in the back end. So we're getting rid of, so we're actually, yeah, so we're going start date dot beginning of day and end date dot end of day. So that's basically where our problem is, that we're ignoring the times, right? When we've got an if block outside of there that says if times are provided, then do something different. So let's have a look what the definition of times provided is.
If you provide start and end time.
So
Start and end time.
and then, so if we do that, we don't do any conversion, we don't do any beginning of day, end of day. So let's change our front end, our query, instead of using start date and end date, let's tell it to use start time and end time.
That wouldn't work though, because you have the same time for the start and end. You wouldn't have the 24 hours span.
Good point.
That's what it's doing. The issue is that you're selecting the 3rd of August, but when it's converting to the UTC, it's going back to the 2nd of August. So it's getting the beginning and end the hours of the 2nd of August instead of the 3rd.
There's always a debate, is what I'm going to say, about date ranges. And we've had this recently with the hackathon, right? If you say that I want something from the 1st of August to the 2nd of August, do you want to include the 2nd of August or not?
Well,
and I don't believe there's a wrong or a right answer. But I would go for the quick fix, the boring solution, the easy fix, right? And in this instance, I think if we say, well, if you want all of the time logs from the 1st, I don't know. But
the easiest way to solve this is to provide data in UTC from the front end. So basically, you select the 3rd of August, and you don't convert that to UTC. You specify that already in UTC.
I don't think that is the easiest way.
No?
No, I don't. So can we start by passing start time and end time instead of start date and end date? So if we go, the GraphQL query that's being generated, I think you've got the view component open, right? In VS Code.
Yeah.
So, and you can see the GraphQL query. In fact, you've got the GraphQL query open as well. Get time logs query. That's on the right hand side. You've got that tab open in VS Code.
Okay, I think.
Yeah, okay, I can see it. Top right. Yeah.
Top right.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. Get time logs query. Just above your cursor. That's it.
Okay.
That's
I see. Because
right.
Here is the Zoom window.
Sorry. Okay. Right. So in here we can see our time logs query, and we're filtering, we're saying exactly. So let's just change that to start time and end time. It's not immediately going to fix, but it will.
No, you can leave that.
We will leave. We'll leave that for a moment, because that's just the name that we've given the variable. The left-hand thing is where we're passing it to the back end. Eventually, if we do use this as a solution, then we should change the variable name as well. But for the moment, that should suffice. So now let's run the query again. Now, I know this isn't going to work, but it will, yeah, we'll see what it does.
Oh, maybe I know where you're going to. You want to basically get the beginning and end date on, basically set the 2nd of August and the 3rd of August, and you will get the full day. But that's a between, not
so worst case scenario, we add a day.
Yeah.
It avoids us having to do loads of crazy stuff with, or we could change these to date time boxes if we really wanted.
Actually, there I opened an issue on GitLab UI to ask for a design for a time selector.
Oh, okay. So we don't even have one at the moment.
Oh.
But yeah, there's like even me, like anytime I see a form like this, I don't immediately know whether I should put 2nd to the 2nd or 2nd to the 3rd. I genuinely think it's a universal problem, but maybe it is a me problem. But and we have exactly the same thing, as I say, with the hackathon website. We say, I don't know, the 2nd of October to the 9th of October. Now, if I asked 100 people whether that includes the 9th of October, I guarantee that I would get at most the 25-75 response. I don't think I'll get anywhere near a unanimous response because it's just open.
Yeah, I think in my mind here, if I say 2nd to 2nd, I'm looking for events that happened on the 2nd.
Yeah.
But
so
then if I go 2nd to 3rd, yeah, like you say, am I looking for beginning to end, the beginning of 2nd to end of 3rd, or anything that happened?
So maybe the answer is that we clarify in the prompt. So next to the 2, we put in brackets including or something like that. Obviously, we'd need some kind of UX or
from
technical.
From beginning of to end of.
Yeah,
that could work.
Yeah, exactly. So if we run this report, we get nothing back. That's expected because it's now saying I want everything from, what's it going to be saying, like the first at 9 o'clock plus 3 hours to the first at 9 o'clock plus 3 hours or whatever it was. So exactly. There we go. So now in Vue, we can just add a day. I say that like it's easy, hoping that it will be easy, but So the question is, so where we set the query variables, I don't know the time to. Is it just a string or is it a date time? Guess it's just a string, right?
No. It's a time. It's converted to a string when passing it to the GraphQL query because the time date picker needs a time date object.
Okay. Now
it's easy enough because to add a day, you basically go set date. It's the same thing that I do for initial date.
Awesome. So basically copy the dot set date to the end of the line. So we want to apply that dot set date method to the query when we set the variables up for the query.
Yeah.
So if you go down to where we define the query variables.
Variables should be a method, I guess.
Query variables.
Query variable.
Oh, here we go. Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, I don't know where we should do it. I don't think doing it here is going to work quite right, is it? It's not going to catch all. Do you know what I mean?
Not in here. Because the query variables are updated. No, run report is the method that prepares everything before the report is run. Because when you update the query variables, the Apollo query runs because it's a smart query. So everything passes through here.
Okay. Even when you load the page for the first time.
Yes.
Yeah, full of confidence that was.
It's been a while since I
okay, cool. Let's do this then.
Okay, so we have this set. Okay. So you want to add one day.
Exactly.
Right?
But the problem is it might be a null. So I think I would above this where we're setting this query variables, I would create a new little code block above this. So outside of this on line 110, I would put an if statement.
By the way, the initial loading is getting the query variables from the constants for the initial from and to date that basically gets the last 30 days.
Gotcha. So let's define, should we do a let, and we'll define a variable called time spent to.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think
In here, right?
Yeah, I think it will need to be a let because we're going to potentially manipulate this. So rather than constant, use let thing. So yeah, perfect, exactly. Time spent to, and I would set it immediately equal to this dot time spent to.
Yeah.
Perfect. And then on the next line, we can then do an if time spent to is not equal to null.
You could avoid the not equal to null, so you would also catch the undefined.
Okay, perfect. So just this then, yeah. And then basically now we can do time spent to is equal to.
You don't need the equal because the set date changes the variable in place.
Oh, okay, even better. So outside of the bracket, we can do time spent to
open
dot,
yeah.
Time spent to dot set date, blah 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 blah.
Time spent to get date +1. Was it get date? Yeah.
I think so, yeah. Beautiful. I think that's pretty much.
And this will update this.
Yeah.
Yes. Good spot. Good spot. You need to remove this from line 118. Yeah.
Yeah.
Time spent.
Exactly.
Perfect.
Okay.
Again, amusingly, I've done this somewhere. Oh, it's the MergePress leaderboard that I did this recently with.
Okay. Got reloaded. So let's see. August
9th. Perfect. Kind of. Oh yeah, it's the 9th. I was confusing between the 8th and the 9th.
Yeah, but it still sounds, you see. Okay. No.
Yeah, but that's good because we are on UTC. Yeah, that should be good.
Mhm.
Oh, wait, so did it? I'm confused there. Can we reload the page or can we clear the what's it called? The network stack. Yeah, that's it. That's it. It's clear now. So can we check that first GraphQL query that's sent?
Okay.
So it said,
So 23, 22.
so start date.
Okay.
Yeah, because
Brain.
it's
Is that
it's
right?
getting the current date and removing 30 days. Yeah, that should be correct.
But what was in the box? Wasn't the 23rd in the box?
Oh, I don't remember.
Do you mind? Sorry, do you mind just reloading the page once more? I just want to
Okay.
see the numbers that are in the box. Yeah, I'm not sure if
Yeah.
that matches, and compare that to the GraphQL query.
Okay,
So
so
that's
start
not-
date is 23 of July. It is
that's
same as in the
right.
box. And
No, it's
22nd
not.
of
It's not. Because remember, it should be converting it to UTC. So it should be sending 22nd at 9 p.m. The values it's
No,
sending
The
are
difference
bizarre.
the difference is that the start and end date are the current time. So it's not getting
So should we be stripping the time off
I
in the
think
initial
so.
values? Yeah.
Yeah, we should remove the, oh God, how do we do that? Because we should get the current date without the time. I think we can do that.
I'm sure there's a library, if not, that we've got in our time utils or whatever it's called.
Using the new date object, supposed to, I just want the date. I don't care about the time.
Look at being time. Utils.
Oh, I think you could just do. No, probably not. Oh, you can call set hours, passing everything to 0, but
Yeah, maybe we just do that for now and then find someone who can. I mean, the version that I've seen is even worse, which is basically to convert it to a string and then back again.
no. But the up at the top, I'm sending this to the Zoom chat. You can update the creation of the initial start date to initial end date to just a plain new date. You can convert that to the thing that I sent on the Zoom chat. Yeah. The to date.
Cool.
The other one.
Cool.
Okay.
Well, you want to do it with both? Yeah, do it with both, I think.
Oh yeah, both. You're right. We could technically avoid creating 2 different dates because we could get, yeah. Never mind.
Oh yeah, yeah, your initial from date. Yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's see what that does. Let's see what that does.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, now it's
Yes.
like 1 day.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
right.
Mhm.
Woo. Happy dance time.
Yay,
Okay.
multiple bugs on my report.
Well, no, but I mean, it's
No.
awesome that we're finding them. You know, we're
Yeah.
fixing one
There-
little thing, and yeah.
There's also a similar bug that I noticed on the create time log on an issue or MAR, because if you are on UTC time, that's good. If you're like me on UTC +2, it complains about not being able to create a time log in the future.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah,
Cool.
date and
Cool.
times are
That's good.
not.
Are we going to try updating the to and from labels while we're in here, or is that pushing our luck and doing too much inside the scope of this MR?
It's an easy change.
It's just my only thinking is that that's going to mean that this MR needs like UX review, so it's going to slow down like getting this merged. So I wonder whether it might be nicer to do two separate MRs. You know, we're thinking about your tally here, your counter. What do you think?
So you're saying update these just the text, right? Like from.
Yeah, so I think Raymond, Marco, forgive me, one of you suggested that we use the same wordage, like from in brackets beginning of to in brackets end of, or something
End
like
of.
that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't even use the brackets.
Oh, yeah. You've had a lot of dealings with UX recently, Marco. I trust you.
I think I opened a can of worms for the drawer.
What was remind me what that one was?
I noticed that the guidelines for the drawer were putting the actions at the top, right under the title. So basically you
Right.
have the title, a save and cancel button, and then the form.
Like when you're bulk editing issues, for example.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
I always end up clicking the move button at the bottom.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you in England, in I don't know, everywhere we work, top left to bottom right.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
I asked on the UX channel, hey, why are the guidelines like this? Like, it doesn't make too sense to me that we have to make all the changes, then go back up at the top to apply them. And so they're starting to.
Sorry, Oksana, were you looking to try and find where that label's defined?
Yes.
So if you look, there's a section in the code at the top called I18N, which is an abbreviation for internationalization. So if you scroll up a bit further, there it is, I18N, and that's where we define all of our what's it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, just pop it in there. Perfect. Now, the only thing, this is a really good opportunity to mention that before we push this up, we need to regenerate the translations. It looks like you're already familiar with that, so awesome.
Yeah, I already did this. Yeah.
Brilliant.
This is like actually first time I do changes in Vue.js app.
Awesome.
Yeah, but the translations I already did.
We should also try running the tests, the spec for the time tracking report, because I don't remember how I set that up. So maybe it could break. I hope not.
I think I'm going to have to disappear now, but you've got this well under control. So I'll watch back the end of the video afterwards. Good to see you all. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Thanks, Lee.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Or new host, Marco.
Okay. I have the
Okay, so the test. So do you run like GDK RSpec or just RSpec?
Jest.
Oh, you mean the Jest test.
Yeah, because there's a Jest spec for the time logs app.
Okay, because I thought that you're saying about the backend first.
No,
Okay. Time of view component. Somewhere else. Just trying to find the file. So logs, app. How you run it?
it's
Type?
yeah, that one. Basically, it has the same name with the underscores back.
Mhm. Okay.
You
Okay.
need to do yarn jest and then the path to the file.
Oh, say it once again.
Yarn, so YARN,
Yarn. Mhm.
Yeah. Jest and the path to the file.
Okay. Mhm. Could not locate module.
Oh, because you didn't generate the fixtures. Okay, let me check because I don't remember the fixtures for those files. So it's um, I'm almost there. Okay, so I'm copy relative path. So there's a path on the Zoom chat to a file.
Mhm.
You basically have to run that file with the RSpec. So this will generate some fixture file for the front end test.
Mhm. Okay. Okay. Hold on. Then bin.
Yeah, maybe you need bin.
Mhm. Something's happening.
Yeah, it could take a little bit, but not too much.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, because it's
Oh,
starting
it's just, yeah, this is the first run. So the first run, it's just got to start up a couple of bits. It
Yeah.
Mhm.
shouldn't take too long.
While we wait for this, we could also update because we changed the GraphQL fields to start time and end time, but
Mhm.
we didn't update the variables. So if you go to the GraphQL query,
Okay.
yeah, that one. So we
Mhm.
changed start time and we left the start date and end date. We can change those over now.
Mhm. Okay. So start time, end time.
Okay,
Here
and
we
now
go.
same thing on the time log app dot view.
Okay. Time log app view.
If you search for start date, okay, there on query variables.
Mhm. Okay, so start time.
And time, and there's another place, I think, so maybe you
Mhm.
try to check. Yeah, there.
And time. Mhm.
Okay, and now I'm pretty sure we need to update the time log up spec.
Time log up spec.
Yeah, if you
Mhm.
search for start date, you will most likely find it.
Mhm. Date. Need to get used to Visual Studio. Start time, end time. Okay, I think we updated it everywhere.
And I think no, try to run the spec now. Maybe we will need to run the generation for the fixer again, but maybe not.
Mhm. Okay, let's see.
Okay,
Oh,
all
okay.
passed. So yeah, I think you're good to open on MR now.
Great.
Oh, you need to generate the text.
Yes, so yeah, I remember that. Don't remember the exact
It's bin/rake.
Get text,
exterior.
colon generate,
Get
I
think
text
something.
column regenerate.
regenerate. And that's so much faster nowadays.
Yeah, it's
It's like
almost
practically instant. Yeah.
Okay, there should be script, I remember.
It should be near the end of the page.
Yes, somewhere.
Try to look for update PO files or something like that. Oh,
I remember.
it's
There it is. Oh, no,
Oh.
wait, that's not the right one.
no, that's compile. A little bit up, validating, updating.
There we go.
Yeah. Okay. Updated PO. Okay, everything is done. Great.
Good.
So then I will run this time lock reservoir spec as well, and we'll create the MR.
Okay. But it should be good because this is the time log resolver. Yeah, we didn't change anything on the resolver, so it should be good.
Yeah, that's just to
Better
make
safe.
sure.
Yeah, better safe than sorry. Oh. Did we change something?
Maybe it's because I created one more object here. Time.
Okay,
Yeah, here we go. Yeah.
better.
Yes, so everything's working. Yeah, thank you so much for your help.
No worries.
I think I will stop sharing.
Yep.
Okay, here we go.
Cool. Did you, I know we covered the sort of debug stuff in the,
Mhm.
in VS Code. Did you do the PryShell stuff at all? I missed the beginning of the call.
No, I didn't try this one.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
PryShell's
You can try this if you want as
possibly
well.
easier. Well,
Mhm.
not necessarily easier, but just yeah, there's less pieces that need to go all working together, and you can do that without VS Code.
Mhm.
But yeah, if you wanted to give that a try, we can walk through that quick. I played with it earlier and remembered how to do it, which is helpful.
Mhm.
Yeah, I did the same yesterday because I forgot about the VS Code thingy.
So the
Okay.
but yeah, if you're good, then no worries.
I mean, we can start right now, or we should move this to the next. If
Yeah,
you have
we
time,
can.
I don't know.
Yeah, we can have a look at it right now. It
Mhm.
shouldn't take particularly long.
Okay.
So yeah, if you want to do it this way, you just need to, if you see in that first block, there's a thing for the PryShell executable. If you follow that link, there's a gem you need to install. Just scroll down a bit. If you say gem install PryShell,
I think that's already installed by Bundle.
should be, but
Mhm. Okay, let's see.
or just try the command. Just type pry shell as a command, pry-shell in your
Oh.
okay, so that's great. So that just sits there waiting, and then if you pop your binding.pry, you don't even need to do anything in that session there.
Mhm.
Yeah, if you just put binding
Probably a good idea to stop the previous session because it's already still attached.
Mhm.
yes, that's not a
Okay,
bad
then
idea.
I click this stop.
Yeah, stop that, and then you probably just want to do a GDK start just to make sure that
Yeah.
GDK is running in the background.
Okay. Okay, GDK.
Okay.
Mhm.
Great. Now,
Okay, binding. Right.
yeah. So binding.pry_shell,
Uh-huh.
and then yeah, save that, and then do the thing in the UI that yeah. So leave that at that, and that should then catch the thing. So if you run the report here, it should that will catch the pry, and then drop into a PryShell when you
Mhm.
yeah. So if you run,
It didn't.
9, 10. Oh, no, it didn't.
did you save that file? Yeah, you did.
Yes, I did.
Try starting the PryShell now. Because
Okay.
GDK, the Rails server wasn't running before, so maybe.
Oh yeah, so just go back to that window that you have the PryShell running in. I think it was the second one. Yeah, so just quit out of here and then rerun it, because it might not have been able to listen. So just using that menu, yeah. Just try run it again, because there was already the other debugger running, so could have had an issue. I just try rerun this. Yeah, if you go back to VS Code, that should be catching it. Okay, this did work earlier when I tried it.
I
didn't
used
try
it
to-
yesterday and it worked. But try to, because to try to do this, stop the price shell.
Okay, it is here.
And yeah, do GDK kill, because I think that something changed to start the RDBG debugging with VS Code.
Oh,
We
yeah.
Mhm.
set up some environment variables. So maybe that broke some stuff. If you go GDK start now, everything
Mhm.
started, and yeah.
Very sure.
Okay, that's a new one. Just press. Yeah, so just press any key here. Okay, so that should be fine. And then once that restarts properly.
Mm-hmm.
Should be coming
Okay.
now. Nope.
Mm-mm.
That's strange.
Is it
Maybe-
possible that we're just not dropping into that else?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, yes, because we're not sending the time. Okay, maybe we can put
Oops.
in outside all this. Okay.
Okay, yeah, just
Okay, it's loading.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There
There
we
we
go.
go.
Oh,
so
here we go.
it's caught it, and now you're in a standard sort of pry shell right in the middle of your runtime.
Mm-hmm. Then, oh, okay, not there, but here. Mm-hmm. Oh, great. It's something similar to what if we have like a separate standalone Rails application,
Yeah,
just with the binding pry.
exactly. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's
Cool.
a handy, using that pry shell is handy if you've got something running in a Sidekick job or anything basically that's kind of running asynchronously that you need to kind of pop in, and then it sort of sits and listens, and as soon as that pry or as soon as that that binding pry hits it catches it, and you can then just use standard pry tools.
Mm-hmm. Now let's try to quit this. Okay. What happened?
You killed the request.
Oh.
So we'll catch it there. I think you need to continue from here or
Yeah.
something.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
There
here
we
we go. Yeah. Okay. Now I have everything set up.
Great.
Awesome.
Yeah, thank you so much.
No worries.
I hope this will be useful for anyone who just starts.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it will.
It's also good for those of us who've been doing this a while every now and then to get the refresher, because invariably you need it and then you haven't used it for a while and you spend half a day trying to figure it out. So it's good to keep exercising every now and then.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Cool.
All right.
Thanks, folks. Have a great day.
Yeah, thank you. You too. Bye-bye.
Likewise. Bye bye. Thanks, everyone.